My beloved child, there is a moment in your life that was never spoken about the way it truly happened. A moment wrapped in silence, softened by time, and hidden behind ordinary words. The day you were born was not just a beginning. It was a turning point that quietly shaped everything that came after. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From the outside, your birth looked simple. A date, a time, a story repeated the same way every year. But beneath that surface, something deeper unfolded. Something no one thought you were ready to hear. Not because it was frightening, but because it was powerful. Before you ever took your first breath, there was a pause. Not a pause in the room, but a pause in destiny itself. As if life hesitated, looking at you, deciding how much weight you could carry. That hesitation mattered. It marked you. Stay till the end. This will make sense. There are people who enter the world quietly, blending into the noise. And then there are people whose arrival shifts invisible lines. Yours did. Even if no one said it out loud. Even if your mother never found the words. Even if it was easier to simplify the story than to explain the truth. Don't skip. On that day, emotions moved through the room that were never discussed again. Relief, fear, awe, a strange knowing that something important had just begun. Not dramatic enough to be remembered clearly, but strong enough to leave a trace. That trace followed you. You may have felt it growing up, a sense that you were meant for more, without knowing what more was. A quiet pressure to understand life deeply, even when others were satisfied with the surface. That did not come from nowhere. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is, your beginning carried a message. Not written, not spoken, but felt. A message that said, this life will not be small. This path will not be ordinary. And because of that, the details had to be protected, simplified, hidden in kindness and routine. As time passed, the story of your birth became gentle, safe, easy to repeat, because the real version carried too much meaning to explain in a few sentences, meaning that could only be understood when you were ready to listen. Don't skip. You are closer than you think. There was a reason certain doors closed early in your life, a reason some connections never fully formed, a reason you felt different in moments that should have felt normal. These were not accidents. They were echoes of that first day, life adjusting itself around you. Your mother did what she could with the understanding she had. She told the version that made sense in everyday language. She protected you in the only way she knew how, by keeping the extraordinary wrapped inside the ordinary. Stay till the end. Because what really happened was not about pain or fear. It was about potential. About the quiet recognition that your life would require depth, patience, and timing. That you would need to discover certain truths on your own, not be handed them too early. That is why this feels familiar as you listen. Why something inside you is paying attention right now. Why this doesn't sound like a story about the past, but a reminder meant for today. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The day you were born was not the end of one story. It was the careful beginning of another, one that unfolds slowly, deliberately, and only when you are ready to see it. Listen closely now, because this is where the story deepens. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After that first day, the world moved on as if nothing unusual had happened. Days turned into years. Your life appeared ordinary on the surface. But underneath, something subtle kept unfolding. A quiet alignment. A slow preparation. Almost as if time itself was giving you space to grow into what began the moment you were born. There were signs. Not dramatic ones. Small moments you probably dismissed. Times when you felt watched over without knowing why. Times when the right words reached you at the exact right moment. Times when things did not work out the way you expected, but later made perfect sense. Don't skip. What most people never realize is that some truths are delayed on purpose. Not hidden forever, just postponed. Your beginning was one of those truths. The kind that reveals itself only when your mind is strong enough and your heart is steady enough to carry it. Stay till the end. Something quiet has already started changing, and you may have felt it without even realizing what it means. A moment of reflection. A sudden pause in your thoughts. A small feeling in your heart that whispers, something different is coming. That feeling is not your imagination. It is the beginning of the gift that has been prepared for you. Listen closely now, because this next part is important. The special gift waiting for you is not only something you will receive, it is something that will awaken a new understanding inside you. Many people spend years asking why certain paths were difficult, why some doors closed, why certain dreams seemed delayed. But what if those moments were not delays at all? What if they were preparation? Preparation for a moment like this. Think about the events of your life lately. Have you noticed how certain things that once felt confusing are beginning to make sense? Maybe a situation that once seemed frustrating now looks different when you remember it. Maybe a conversation you had recently stayed in your mind longer than expected. Or maybe a new idea has quietly entered your thoughts, an idea that feels both unfamiliar and exciting. These small signals are not random. They are clues. Clues that something meaningful is aligning behind the scenes. Don't skip this moment, because something important is unfolding right here. The gift being prepared for you is connected to clarity. A moment when you suddenly understand something about your life that you never saw before. And when that moment arrives, it will feel like a light quietly turning on in a room you thought was already bright. You will see things differently. The path ahead will feel clearer, and what once seemed uncertain will begin to feel purposeful. But here is the surprising part that most people do not expect. Sometimes the greatest gift is not something that appears outside of you. Sometimes the greatest gift is the realization of who you truly are and what you are capable of becoming. Pause and think about that for a moment. Because once that realization arrives, everything begins to change. The way you see opportunities, the way you respond to challenges, the way you move forward with confidence and calm. And when that shift happens, the world around you begins to respond differently as well. Stay till the end of this message, because there is another detail you need to hear. The timing of this gift is not accidental. There is a reason this message appeared in your life right now. Not yesterday, not weeks from now, right now, because you are standing at the edge of a quiet turning point. A moment when something within you is ready to expand, ready to see beyond old limits, ready to welcome something new. And once you notice the first clear sign of this gift, you will realize something extraordinary. You were never as far from your purpose as you once believed. In fact, you have been closer than you think. Something huge is waiting for you. And in the next part, a hidden detail will come into focus. A detail that reveals why this gift has been approaching your life in such a quiet and mysterious way. Right now, in this very moment, something is already shifting in your favor, even before tomorrow begins. You were told to get ready because tomorrow carries weight. Not random weight. Not meaningless pressure. Strategic weight. The kind that separates who you used to be from who you are becoming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a silent build-up happening behind the scenes. Conversations you have not heard yet. Decisions being finalized. Thoughts forming in someone else's mind about you. Tomorrow is when it surfaces. And when it does, you will feel the seriousness instantly. But listen carefully. Seriousness does not mean defeat. Seriousness means significance. This is significant. Tomorrow will confront you with something that demands composure. It may challenge your patience. It may stretch your understanding. It may require you to hold your peace when others expect a reaction. And that restraint will be your power. Don't skip this message. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the surprising truth. The very situation that seems heavy is actually clearing space for something greater. Something that could not arrive until this tension was addressed. Something that has been delayed because alignment was not complete. Tomorrow completes that alignment. You may feel tested, but you are not being attacked. You are being elevated. There is a difference. Elevation always requires proof of readiness. Tomorrow is your proof. Someone will look at you differently after tomorrow. Someone will recognize a strength in you they had underestimated. And even more important, you will recognize it in yourself. That recognition changes everything. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a hidden layer to this message. The serious moment you are about to face is directly connected to a long-term opportunity. It may not reveal itself immediately, but days from now, you will look back and realize that tomorrow was the turning point. The day you handled pressure with maturity. The day you chose wisdom over impulse. The day you stepped into a higher version of yourself. And here is something you must remember. The energy you carry into tomorrow will shape the outcome more than the situation itself. If you carry doubt, you will feel overwhelmed. If you carry confidence, you will feel prepared. Choose confidence. Choose awareness. Choose restraint. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be a sentence spoken tomorrow that changes your perception. It may come from someone unexpected. It may sound simple at first, but it will unlock clarity inside you. Listen carefully. Observe closely. Do not rush your response. Because once you respond correctly, momentum shifts. Momentum toward favor. Momentum toward progress. Momentum toward a new chapter. This is why you were told to get ready, not because you are weak, but because you are stepping into something larger than your comfort zone. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. Tomorrow marks the closing of an invisible cycle that has been holding you in repetition. The patterns you have been stuck in will begin to break. The confusion you have been tolerating will begin to dissolve. Clarity replaces chaos. Confidence replaces hesitation. Direction replaces doubt. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. When tomorrow ends, you will not be the same person who started it. You will feel stronger, more aware, more intentional. And that internal shift will ripple outward into your relationships, your decisions, your opportunities. This is not just a day. It is a defining moment. You are warned because you are chosen to handle it correctly. Stand steady. Speak carefully. Move wisely. And remember, what feels serious in the moment is setting up something extraordinary just beyond it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a quiet moment approaching in your life, a moment that will feel small at first, yet it will carry a meaning far greater than you expect. Most people wait for loud signs. They imagine that life-changing gifts arrive with dramatic events and obvious signals. But the truth is far more mysterious. The most meaningful gifts often appear quietly, almost unnoticed, like a soft whisper in the middle of an ordinary day. And that is exactly how this moment will begin for you. Listen carefully. Because the gift that has been prepared for you is closer than it has ever been before. You may notice it during a simple conversation. You may feel it through a new sense of clarity that suddenly enters your thoughts. Or you may recognize it in an opportunity that appears at just the right moment. At first, it might seem like a small coincidence. But when you pause and reflect, you will realize something remarkable. The timing is too perfect to ignore. Don't skip this moment. Because the truth behind this gift is more powerful than it appears on the surface. Everything that has happened in your journey has quietly shaped your ability to receive it. The patience you developed when things felt uncertain. The wisdom you gained through experiences that challenged you. The compassion and understanding that grew inside you along the way. All of these qualities have been preparing you for what is coming. And here is the surprising realization that many people never see. The gift waiting for you is not only meant to change your circumstances. It is meant to reveal something about who you truly are. A strength you may not have fully recognized. A purpose that has been forming quietly within you. A direction that suddenly begins to make sense. When this realization arrives, it will feel like discovering a hidden doorway in a place you thought you already understood. And once you step through that doorway, the path ahead will look different, brighter, clearer, filled with possibilities you may have never considered before. Stay till the end, because something even more surprising is about to be revealed. The moment you recognize this gift, you will also notice another shift. Your confidence will begin to grow in a new way. Not the loud kind of confidence that tries to prove something, but the calm kind of confidence that comes from understanding your place in the unfolding story of your life. You will begin to trust your steps more. You will begin to see opportunities where you once saw uncertainty. And the world around you will start responding to that quiet certainty. This is why the gift had to arrive at this exact moment. Because now you are ready to recognize it. Something huge is waiting for you. And in the next part, a deeper truth will come into view. A truth that explains why this gift has been moving toward you through moments that once seemed ordinary but were actually guiding you here all along. Have you noticed how certain moments in your life feel strangely meaningful, even when nothing dramatic is happening? It is as if something invisible is gently arranging pieces of your story behind the scenes. Right now, that quiet arrangement is reaching a turning point. The special gift waiting for you is not simply approaching, it is beginning to reveal its first signs. But here is the part that surprises many people. Before a meaningful gift appears, life often places subtle clues along the path. Small signals, unexpected reminders, moments that make you pause and think, why did this happen right now? These moments are not random. They are like quiet markers on the road, guiding you closer to what has been prepared for you. Don't skip this part, because what you are about to understand may change the way you look at the past. Think about something that happened recently. Maybe it was a simple encounter with someone. Maybe it was a thought that appeared suddenly while you were alone. Maybe it was a feeling of calm or curiosity that seemed to come from nowhere. Those moments may have seemed ordinary at the time, but what if they were the beginning of something greater? What if they were the first glimpse of the gift now waiting for you? The truth is, the most meaningful changes rarely arrive all at once. They unfold step by step, like a quiet sunrise slowly filling the sky with light. At first, the difference is almost impossible to notice. Then suddenly, everything looks different. And that is exactly the kind of moment you are approaching. Stay till the end of this message, because the next insight may surprise you. The gift you are about to recognize carries a once-in-a-lifetime realization. Not because it is rare for the world, but because it is rare for the heart to be ready to receive it. There comes a moment in every meaningful journey when a person realizes something extraordinary. They realize that their experiences were not scattered or meaningless. They were connected. Every lesson, every moment of patience, every quiet step forward when progress seemed invisible. All of it was shaping the person you have become. And the person you have become is exactly the person who can recognize the gift now arriving. Something huge is waiting for you, not somewhere far away, not in some distant future, but right here, within the unfolding story of your life. And in the next part, something even more fascinating will begin to appear, a realization that explains why this gift has been moving toward you at precisely this moment, when you are finally ready to see it clearly. And in the next part, an unexpected detail will appear, a detail that reveals why the path you walked, even the parts that once felt uncertain, was guiding you toward this very moment all along. There is a moment coming soon that will feel strangely familiar, as if your heart recognizes it before your mind fully understands it. It may appear quietly, a thought that suddenly feels clear, a meeting that seems perfectly timed, a realization that arrives gently but changes the way you see everything. And when that moment appears, you will pause and wonder why it feels so meaningful. The answer is simple, yet deeply powerful. You have been walking toward this gift longer than you realize. Not just for days or weeks, but through many small steps, choices, and lessons that slowly shaped your path. Nothing was wasted. Every moment that seemed confusing was teaching you something. Every pause that felt like a delay was creating space for something better to appear. And now the pieces of that journey are beginning to align. Don't skip this part, because something important is about to become clear. The special gift waiting for you carries a once-in-a-lifetime realization. It is the moment when you understand that your story has meaning beyond what you once imagined. You may suddenly see how a talent you overlooked is actually valuable. You may notice how an experience that once felt small has prepared you for something greater. Or you may realize that the direction you are meant to follow has been quietly visible all along. This kind of realization changes everything. It brings calm where there was once uncertainty. It brings clarity where there was once confusion. And it opens doors you may not have noticed before. Stay till the end of this message, because something even more surprising is about to unfold. Many people search for extraordinary signs far away from themselves. But the truth is much closer. The gift waiting for you is not only about what will appear in your life. It is about the person you are becoming. A person who now sees opportunities with wisdom. A person who recognizes meaning in moments others overlook. A person ready to step into a new chapter with quiet confidence. And that transformation is already beginning. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in some distant future, but right on the edge of your present moment. And in the next part, one final hidden detail will begin to reveal itself, a detail that explains why this gift has been approaching your life so quietly, yet so perfectly timed for the exact moment you are ready to receive it.